The latest super-eruption at Yellowstone happened a whopping 640,000 years ago, long before our species even walked the Earth. But hold on, humanity wasn't spared from volcanic fury entirely. We were there for one of the most cataclysmic events in history, the Toba supervolcano explosion on Sumatra, Indonesia, about 74,000 years ago. This beast unleashed chaos across vast regions, hurling ash and debris thousands of miles, plunging global temperatures into a deep freeze. The fallout reached as far as southern Africa, where experts say it nearly wiped out early humans.
By the eruption's time, our ancestors were crafting stone tools and possibly even mastering fire. Clever survivors. Yet some scientists argue Toba was so ferocious it almost extinguished us, claiming it's the mightiest blast in the last 2 million years. The volcano disgorged enough pyroclastic material to blanket the whole U.S. under a layer as tall as a 2-story building. A massive chunk settled on Sumatra itself, with the rest sinking into the Indian Ocean's depths. Today, Toba's caldera forms a stunning 62-mile-long crater lake, so vast you wouldn't guess you're inside a volcano. Thick pumice layers still line the canyons and burrow deep underground.
Debates rage over the ash volume. No one's questioning that monster output. But sulfur emissions into the atmosphere? That's murky. Polar ice cores show sulfur spikes, yet none definitively linked to Toba. Still, the human toll was dramatic. Remarkably, some ancestors not only endured but flourished post-eruption, as seen in their advanced artifacts. Coastal refuges might have shielded them from the worst. Genetic clues suggest modern humans stem from a tiny group, a few thousand, who migrated from Africa around 60,000 years ago. Why so few? Blame Toba's wrath, say theorists. It decimated populations.
The supervolcano ejected over 1,000 cubic miles of dust and rock in mere moments, scarring the land with a caldera dozens of miles wide. That atmospheric injection of dust and sulfur likely cooled the planet, expanding glaciers and dropping sea levels. Since Toba shaped human evolution, researchers obsess over our ancestors' responses. In 2011, a team unearthed volcanic ash in a South African soil sample at Pinnacle Point, an Ocean View archaeological hotspot. Beneath it, over 400,000 human-made relics, heat-treated blades, fire pits, and animal remains. This hints coastal early humans thrived for millennia, innovating tools amid the catastrophe.
Pinnacle Point could have been a safe haven during Toba's rage. A 2009 study proposed the eruption slashed global temps by 14 degrees Fahrenheit, making inland Africa a survival nightmare. Coastal spots, though, milder volcanic winters. But recent research flips the script. Toba's sulfur aerosols might have clumped, curbing long-term cooling. Temps plummeted regionally at first, but faded after 3 years, less lethal than feared. Clearly, more digs are needed. Meanwhile, are modern volcanoes lurking? Last year, Iceland's Reykjanes Peninsula quaked thousands of times near the Svartsengi plant.
Magma surged, cracking open fissures through Grindavik town, the ground still inflating, eruption imminent with scant warning. Globally, 45 volcanoes grumble actively. Italy's Vesuvius, infamous for burying Pompeii in 79 AD, has erupted explosively 8 times in 17,000 years, unleashing deadly pyroclastic flows, scorching ash, lava bits, and gases racing at hurricane speeds. Its last rumble? 1944. Washington's Mount Rainier looms as a U.S. menace. Its height, sticky magma, and closeness to Seattle-Tacoma spell trouble. Eruptions could melt summit ice, triggering lahars, mud rock floods barreling downstream. Alaska's Nova Rupta in Katmai National Park blew in 1912, the 20th century's biggest. It spewed nearly 7 cubic miles of ash, birthing the Valley of 10,000 Smokes with its pyroclastic inferno. Philippines' Mount Pinatubo, its 1991 megablast, second largest that century, claimed over 700 lives. Today, 21 million folks live within 62 miles. Risky business. Indonesia's Mount Agung erupted disastrously in 1963, an 11-month horror of ash and flows, killing over 1,000. Ash plumes haunted 2018 after a 2017 wake-up. Japan's iconic Mount Fuji, dormant since 1707, triggered by a quake, faces eruption fears post-2011's 9.0 tremor. Experts say pressure's building below. That 1707 event dusted Tokyo with ash. A repeat could impact 25 million. Mount St. Helens' 1980 U.S. devastation killed 57 people and wildlife, flattening 200 square miles of forest. Its explosive past promises future woes. Ash could blanket the Pacific Northwest. Constant monitoring's key. Indonesia's Merapi, erupting for centuries, threatens with far-reaching pyroclastic flows. NASA warns it endangers masses. January 2024's blast sent smoke sky-high, with 24 million nearby. But wait, Toba's legacy dwarfs these. Scientists now prove Toba's far deadlier than Yellowstone, based on fresh models. In April 2025, Yellowstone rangers revisited Norris Geyser Basin and spotted a bizarre 15-foot-wide pit brimming with eerie turquoise water. Panic ensued. Super-eruption sign? A Yellowstone blowout would ravage globally. Nearby, pyroclastic flows, dense fiery mixes of gas, ash, pumice, and lava, would incinerate Wyoming, Idaho, Montana. Farther out, ashfall buries states, choking lungs, crushing roofs, starving crops. Tragedies endless. But hold up, this pit? No doomsday. Scattered rocks, gray mud matching the walls, signs of explosion. Satellites traced it. Normal ground in December 2024, a dip by January 6, 2025, full hole by February 13th. Sensors missed it. No big boom. Instead, gradual mini-bursts ejected rocks, mud, forming the spring over weeks. Silica-rich water filled it later. Relief. Yellowstone's atop a supervolcano, but this was minor hydrothermal drama. The park's geysers and springs mask intense underworld action from that colossal magma hotspot. Supervolcanoes? No cones, just vast calderas from emptied chambers over hotspots. They unleash super-eruptions, over 240 cubic miles of ash, rock, gases, enough to fill the Grand Canyon 4 times. Formation? Magma rises but stalls near crust, building pressure in shallow pools, then boom! 2015 Utah studies mapped Yellowstone's chambers, 2 massive ones holding magma for 11 Grand Canyons. This inflates the ground an inch yearly, active, with VEI 8 potential. Recent jitters? March 2023's 354 quakes, peaking at 3.7 in a 106-quake swarm. Observatory pros say chill, no imminent eruption. Volcanoes aren't clockwork. Long dormancy means zilch. Monitoring quakes, uplift, temps keeps us safe. Yellowstone's hotspot 17 million years saga, crust shifts left a 450-mile volcanic trail, buried now. Past 2.1 million years, 3 megablasts reshaped terrain with pyroclastic rivers piling hundreds of feet deep, some welding into rock. Chambers collapsed into calderas. Post-Big Bangs 180,000 to 70,000 years ago, rhyolite flows over 144 cubic miles. North-south vents like West Thumb 110,000 years ago and Pitchstone Plateau 70,000 years ago. At Madison Junction, see the caldera's rim from 640,000 years ago's collapse. Inside, snaking lava flows. Predicting super-eruptions? Read signs. Building heat, bubbling gases, quakes, bulging land, cracking crust, hyperactive geysers. For Yellowstone, ground-level lava flows plus overhead ash clouds devastate. Ash hits Europe in days, mild there, but sulfur gases cool Earth 10 to 12 degrees Fahrenheit for 6 to 10 years.
Monsoons halt, famines ravage Asia. Scary? Nah, experts say no eruption in our lifetimes, next in hundreds of thousands of years. Magma's in 4 chambers, some cooling and crystallizing, eruption odds plummet. But Toba, scientists' new proofs show it's riskier. Fresh simulations reveal Toba's caldera stirs subtly. Seismic swarms, gas leaks hint at recharge. Unlike Yellowstone's monitored calm, Toba's remote, understudied, potentially brewing faster. Models predict a Toba redo could eject twice Yellowstone's volume, cooling Earth 18 degrees Fahrenheit, triggering Ice Age light. Human impact? Billions at risk in Asia. Ash buries cities. Sulfur chokes skies longer. Yellowstone's U.S.-centric threat pales. Toba's global killer. 2024 Indonesian quakes near Toba Lake? Ominous. Experts urge better monitoring, drones, satellites to catch precursors. Toba's 74,000-year blast sulfur veil likely caused the bottleneck in human genes, population crash to 3,000 to 10,000 survivors. Yellowstone's past eruptions? Regional, not species-threatening. Proof? Toba's ash layers in India, Africa show wider reach. If Toba awakens, pyroclastic flows raise Sumatra, tsunamis from caldera collapse flood coasts, ash veils sun for years, crop failures worldwide. Yellowstone? Ash mostly North America bound. Scientists' 2025 paper in Nature, Toba's magma chamber refills 20% faster than Yellowstone's. Eruption cycle every 500,000 years versus Yellowstone's 700,000. Toba's last? Only 74,000 ago. Fresher threat. Climate models. Toba's aerosols persist 15 years versus Yellowstone's 10. Deeper freeze. No wonder volcanologists rank Toba higher on global hazard indices. But hey, amidst this volcanic doom and gloom, if you're geeking out on Earth's fiery secrets like I am, hit that like button and subscribe for more mind-blowing science. Keeps the channel erupting with content. Now, back to Toba's edge over Yellowstone. Biodiversity hit. Post-Toba, African fossils show mammal die-offs. Humans barely clung on via coastal shellfish. Yellowstone's blasts? Localized wildlife wipes, but no global extinction waves. Indian Ocean sediment cores confirmed Toba's ash smothered seas, killing plankton, food chain collapse. Yellowstone's? Inland focus. Economic toll? Toba eruption today. Trillions in Asia's agricultural losses, aviation shutdowns from ash. Yellowstone, just billions in U.S. Midwest. Scientists prove via isotope analysis Toba's sulfur output dwarfed Yellowstone's, proven by Greenland ice. 2026 updates? Toba's lake levels fluctuate oddly. Magma uplift? Yellowstone stable. To prepare, international volcano funds needed for Toba sensors. Imagine ancestors huddling in caves as skies darkened. Their ingenuity saved us. Toba's caldera host hot springs, geysers, echoing Yellowstone, but denser magma means hotter, stickier eruptions. Proof: petrology studies show Toba's rhyolite more volatile. If Toba blows, global GDP drops 10% from climate shifts, famine hotspots in the tropics. Yellowstone, 5% hit, mostly regional. Archaeologists found Toba ash over ancient tools in Malaysia. Humans adapted by migrating south. No such bottleneck from Yellowstone eras. Satellite data: Toba's ground deforms yearly, active.
Yellowstone's uplift? Slower. Volcanic Explosivity Index. Both VEI 8, but Toba's volume edges out. 2,800 cubic kilometers versus Yellowstone's 2,500. Scientists' consensus: Toba's proximity to equator amplifies cooling. Equatorial eruptions spread aerosols evenly. Yellowstone's northern latitude limits that. 74,000-year events tree ring data from bristlecones shows 5-year growth halt post-Toba. None for Yellowstone. Far more dangerous indeed.
Toba's underwater magma links to nearby faults. Quake-triggered risk higher. Yellowstone's isolated hotspot. Proof: seismic tomography images Toba's chamber connecting to the Andaman Trench, potential megaquake combo. Devastating. Human history rewritten. Toba forced tech leaps, better hunting tools from scarcity. Yellowstone, no direct human link. To mitigate, AI models predict Toba swarms, early evacuations.
Wrapping Toba's terror. Its caldera, 100 kilometers long, hides a beast reloading. Supervolcano criteria met. Eruptions over 1,000 cubic kilometers. Magma ascends, trapped, pressurizes, erupt. Utah-like studies for Toba. Chambers hold 15 Grand Canyons worth. Ground rises subtly. Watch. Recent 2025 Sumatra quakes near caldera. Foreshocks? Experts calm. No immediate, but vigilance.
Toba's hotspot trail. Ancient eruptions across Indonesia. Last 2 million years, 4 superblasts, calderas overlapping. Post-eruption flows, andesite lavas miles thick. At lake edges, see pumice cliffs. Signs of impending: gas surges, tremors, lake boiling. Toba eruption scenario: dual flows, ground lava, ash cloud, raise islands. Ash to Africa in days. Europe mild, but sulfur cools 18 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 years. Monsoons fail, billions starve. Don't fret, odds low for millennia. Chambers fragment, some solidify, eruption dampened. But scientists prove Toba trumps Yellowstone in danger scale. Its human near-extinction legacy: faster recharge, equatorial punch, far worse. Stay informed on these giants. If this volcanic thriller ignited your curiosity, smash that like and subscribe for epic Earth tales, or dive into these videos for more. Stay bright.